I've been keeping a steady fitness routine since March 10 this year, and I haven't missed a day of being active. Been training since December 2020, but I had different things happen that either unmotivated me or just changed my mind about doing something. Sometimes I had periods where I didn't do anything. Something happened in March, made me decide to be active every day. That's what I've been doing. I do weight training, I do cardio stuff. I try to chop and change between those two activities because I want to keep my muscles and my bones good as I age, and I want to be fit enough to go on hikes when I go camping, stuff like that, ride my bike. If I'm not doing weights, the cardio work I do is either walking, sometimes I punch the heavy bag, sometimes I go for rides on my mountain bike, exploring different trails and stuff. Sometimes going to a proper mountain bike track. I've only done that a couple of times, but I plan to do that a bit more. So today is day 243. I don't do a video every day, just when I feel like it. This is part of my mental health routine as well, not just physical health, but mental health, because doing exercise is good for your mental health and it keeps me occupied, keeps my mind distracted from things that are causing me concern or apparent concern. And I just enjoy making videos. So if anyone benefits from it, that's a bonus. If I've inspired you in any way, let me know. So today, I was motivated to do this video because I wanted to talk about, or touch on anyway, setbacks. I might rabbit on about all sorts of things as I walk. So I want to talk about setbacks because recently, it doesn't matter how much knowledge I seem to have, what things I've learned along the way about doing certain exercises or whatever, things can still go wrong. At the moment, I'm struggling with my left shoulder and my wrists have been a little bit sore as well. I've mentioned that before. Some days I thought it might have been getting a little bit better, but no. So it's got to the point where I've been nursing it. I've still been trying to maintain some weight work, but I've been a lot gentler, doing more specific exercises to help strengthen it, regain the movement, but it sort of isn't working. So I've had to bite the bullet and make an appointment to see a physical therapist. So in the meantime, I've got to struggle with the pain. Now when I say I have to struggle with the pain, yeah, sure, I can take some painkillers. Trouble is I haven't got any. And painkillers don't sort of seem to work on me, not on the ones that you can get through the pharmacy. I haven't tried illegal ones, but you know, people say they get some joy out of certain other substances. I haven't tried it, I don't know. I can't get in to see my GP, so I can get a script for some painkillers at the pharmacy. So I'm just going to have to put up with the pain a bit, which is a bit tricky because it affects my sleep as well. And we know how important sleep is to your daily life. Everything affects everything else. So you get some pain, you can't do the exercise you want to do, so that brings you down. Then you can't sleep properly, that brings you down. You're less motivated, that becomes a setback. Oh, gets a bit sore holding that. It's funny how just holding a little camera, this is pretty light, but just holding it up in this position really makes my shoulders ache. I have trouble with hanging out laundry. It's just how my shoulders are. So what I wanted to say about setbacks was, let's not call them setbacks. Because if you just keep doing stuff, going for walks, just manage what you can manage. Don't make it a black mark against your training regime, you know? Someone commented on one of my videos about my abs and how they can see a bit of my tummy. They're saying, geez, for the amount of ab work you do, how come you haven't got a six-pack? What's going on? Well, as I explained to them, it does get harder when you get older because you produce a lot less testosterone, and you need testosterone to break up the visceral fat on your stomach because there's not a lot of blood vessels across your stomach and it's hard to break down that fat. It's pretty much the last area of your body to lose fat, and probably around your lower back area as well, and probably under your shoulder blades, that area there, I guess. But your stomach, your tummy's the last. I've actually got a pretty good core. I'm strong there, and thankfully I do, because I've got a back problem, and having a good core has relieved a lot of the pain in it that's associated with my chronic back ailment. So doing good exercises strengthens that core, and I'm pretty strong in that area. So I have got abs there. I can feel it. I've got the six pack there. I just got a little layer of tummy fat. Now, if I really want to get rid of that tummy fat, I have to be a lot more careful on my diet, so I can like cut up and really get rid of all that fat. And as I said to this person, I'm not worried about it. I don't care. So I'm not gaining weight. I'm maintaining a good sub 73 kilos. What's that? 160 pounds, I think. For my height, I'm 5'7". I'm 57 years old, and I've maintained my weight for months and months now. My weight's good. My waist measurement is good. My blood pressure's good. All my bloods are good. The last time I went to the GP a few months back, everything was fine. So my abs are there. I've got a strong core, and I'm doing those exercises that help keep my muscles, my larger muscles, producing testosterone, which helps keep the weight down and does keep the weight off, the excessive weight off my tummy. And yeah, you could get beautiful abs at 57, still showing them, but you just got to do a lot of work, and you got to be prepared for that. And I don't want to do that much work. I just want to do enough work where I feel good and strong in my core, and I can do the things I need to do. The good thing is I don't need my shoulder and my wrist to do ab work. So that's one good thing. I can still ride my bike, no worries. I haven't really done too much bag work in recent times. To me, it's just another cardio workout. But yeah, I do some other skills. I've mentioned them before. It's good for agility and balance and speed and that sort of thing. And that's the other thing I do. I do some balance exercises. So as long as you can do those things, you can still progress, or at least maintain what you got. So back to setbacks. Okay, I can't do what I really want to do with weights and stuff, but I can't be hard on myself. It's not a fail. It's not a loss. Another reason I do these videos, probably the main reason I do these videos, I've mentioned this once or twice before, is they motivate me to keep going. And it's a bit of inspiration to hear myself tell myself these things. Because not only am I talking to you about it, I'm actually talking to me. And I need to hear it sometimes. So that keeps me going. There are days when I definitely do not feel like going out. So setbacks, it's all in your head, isn't it? Pretty much a lot of stuff I talk about is in your head, especially when I'm talking about mental health. So when something happens, maybe you're planning to do certain exercise on a certain day or whatever, and maybe you got your whole plan scheduled for the week, what you're going to do when. And then anything could happen. Your car could break down so you can't go to the gym. You might have a family member get sick and you got to look after them. You might get really sick and not be able to do anything. Anything could happen. So that can be a setback. But that's only in your mind, because it's not really a setback. It's just a little bit of downtime, because you can still probably do something else. Okay, so you can't pump weights for 2-3 weeks because you've strained a muscle or something like that. So you need to recuperate. And I've already done that a couple of times. I've already gone through elbows and knees, my other shoulder and neck, everything. There's been lots of things. And you seem to get over one thing and then something else comes along. You think, oh, well, why has that started now? But my shoulder, oh, it feels very fragile. Feels like it's going to fall out any second. Something's not right. So setbacks, you shouldn't really call them setbacks, because in one way, if you can't do what you want to do, you do something else, and it could be something completely different. You might paint a picture, you might sing a song, you might write a song. might compose some music, you might write an entry in a book you're writing, could be anything. So to help your mindset on it, on a setback, try to spin it of what maybe you gained from it. I'm talking to you, Dan. I've got to hear myself say these things. Otherwise you can just be glum. People don't want to be around glum people. Ah, right, that explains it. So you just got to try to find the positive view on it. So you couldn't do that thing, what'd you end up doing, or what can you do? So maybe start looking at things in a different way. There's lots of different things that can set you back, or that you perceive to be a setback. So some people might see a delay as a setback. Oh no, yeah, I've got to cut. But it's actually beneficial for you, because when you come back better. And when you get to my age as well, you've even got to be more careful. You can be prone to injuries easier, and recovery is longer. You don't bounce back as quickly as when you were young. It takes you 5 minutes to get up for a start. Then you're looking at yourself wondering what you've broken, and then you start limping all the way home or whatever. If you're watching this because you want to hear an older person talking about keeping fit or getting fit, don't be too hard on yourself, because it's just what happens when you get older. So how are you going in your exercise routine? Did you start one? Did you start one because of anything I said? Have I helped you out at all? If I did, that's great news. If I didn't, it still doesn't matter to me, because it's helping me. And that's the main thing. I hope you're doing something. I really admire people who try, giving something a go. And there have been days where I found it hard to just get out of bed. But you do, because my little sports tracker calendar is showing all the dots. So I've got to do something. I've got to do this for at least a year. I'm not making these videos every day, just every now and again when something takes me fancy. If I can do 365 days of activity, I'll be pretty happy. And then there's no reason why you can't keep doing that. There's probably not a lot to say about setbacks. It's just that you just probably shouldn't view them as setbacks. It's not a setback. Have you had what you thought were any setbacks? And how did it impact you, and how did you tackle it? What did you do? Have you got any advice for anyone watching? Well, anyway, that's all I've got to say about that. So appreciate you watching till now, and just keep going. Don't give up, and feel free to ask any questions. I'll do my best to give you an answer. So until I see you next time, thanks for watching again. I'll catch you later. Cheers.